So, what I'd like to explore this morning is this win-win solutions in a world of differences, and how we go about creating harmony on the basis of our differences. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'd like you just to talk to the 2 or 3 people sitting next to you, and I'd like you to find what is your interest in this topic this morning. Okay, so just take a couple moments, talk to whoever's close by. 2 is probably good. If you have to go 3, no, Melissa, you're right next to someone, yeah. So go 2 if you can. And maybe mix and mingle a bit, so you know someone you don't always talk to. What would be the interest? Everything that I just said, all of that I just said, and the title of this session, what's of interest to you? Okay, take a moment and chat with each other.
Well, interest is that in order to progress, not everybody is pulling, this direction. You have to be very focused in one direction.
Right. So the yajna had those 2 big tests, and all of us individually must face certain tests as well, so that we know that our faith is strong. That we actually know Baba will take care of us. Yeah. Okay. Others. What interests?
So I think this topic is going to help me with my job, because my job is middle management, and I manage a lot of people, and it can get very stressful. Different personalities, different conflicts. So I look at I started a job about 2 years ago. I look at my colleagues, and they're really caught up in the stress. So this helps me look at people and see their journeys and look at their souls and try to be part of their journey and helping them as much as I'm able. So that gives it a meaning, versus just a job.
Very nice. So the middle management job, so many people, so many personalities, so many conflicts. So helping to look at that. Anyone else? Something that's of interest? Go ahead.
In this polarized world, where, it's every day, you hear so many, I don't know what kind of people, they have white supremacists, or, our politician is misguiding people, all that. So this win-win situation, first of all, you accept the way individuals are, and then try to buy into the whatever you are doing, so that's how you do the win-win. Everybody has to. It has to be focused.
In a polarized
it has
world, how
right.
do we get everybody to win? This win-win idea is a big deal, actually. Yeah, so you're interested in that, because
Right.
it's so relevant right now.
Right.
In our polarized world, and we see it polarizing more and more, don't we? Yeah.
So in the corporate world, where the leadership exists, as we mentioned earlier, where we go through the profit and losses in the books, and then the goodwill and everything, it's about the arbitration policies being said and mediated, and how you are taken into effect the arbitration, and how you have to accept it even though you're in a phase of rejection. So that's where the leadership qualities, where your views are accepted and they're not taken into effect.
Right.
I
The
might
arbitration process.
I attended teamwork, in a teamwork environment, I did the 4th generation, teamwork. So in that, even though you differ from some central focus point, you have to buy into that, and then you synergize the energy, and you don't oppose, you say, hey, let's try this thing.
So Baba gets us committing to him. You know the maypole? You know that maypole where they put a pole in the ground and all the ribbons around it, and then everybody takes a ribbon and they dance around the maypole? You know that one? That's kind of Baba's approach. Is everybody's connected to the pole, then their dancing will create this beautiful tapestry of crisscrossing ribbons, right? As long as I'm connected up, then whatever dance. They don't spend time coordinating the dancers down here. And that's what Lockett team building does. Try to coordinate all these people, get them all to get along. And Bubba's method is, no, if you're just connected up, then whatever dance you're doing is going to create this beautiful crisscross ribbon. That's Bubba's method, right? Anyone else interested in the topic? How about our Dole family at the back?
I mean, yeah, whenever there is difference, and then if everybody can win, that would be
Isn't that nice? Wherever there's difference, if everybody could win, that's the best, isn't it? Okay. All right. So we know what the Iron Age is bringing. So let's think about what does win really mean, shall we? Okay. So I'm going to share you a little bit about this. So win-win actually comes from the Harvard Negotiation Project. It came out of the Harvard Business School originally, and they were thinking about, so this, we use this language all the time, win-win, right? But where it came from was the Harvard Negotiation Project. They started researching, okay, our best solution, our best way to bring solutions is very win-lose in the world. And we need to find a new way. So this is where this language came from. So I'm interested in the spiritual dimensions of this, because this has everything to do with our intellects and how nimble, how agile, and how pure our intellects are. So I'm not going to teach this like a Lockett course. I mean, I could teach this like a Lockett business development course, professional leadership development, but I'm not going to because you're Brahmins. So I'm still going to give you the essence of the Lockett, but what I'm really interested in, and what we all need to learn how to do here, is the part about stretching, refining, making our intellects more nimble. Okay? Because that's our spiritual study. It's not a technique so much for us, right? It's a way of being and a way of thinking, which is actually going to take us into Vishnu, right? So first question. So purpose of, to explore the attitude and approach required to create win-win solutions. So attitude is very big for us. Attitude and approach. That's what we're going to do in this session. The win-win. So, do I want everyone to win?
Yes.
First question.
Yes.
You kind of got to be committed to that before we start the win-win. I would say probably yes. But then when the next question comes, that's where we hesitate. That's where we hesitate to say yes to this one, isn't it? Because we kind of think, oh, I want, but I don't think it's possible.
Yes.
Isn't it? And of course, in a world where we live, in body consciousness, in a physical world, resources are limited. There's only so much to go around. If someone does win and gets more of a limited resource, then someone else did lose. Right? It's a fixed pie. And so we fight about how to divide the pie. Isn't it? But it all comes back to our consciousness. So there we are, fighting. I couldn't show adults doing that. But actually that's what it looks like at most meetings, doesn't it?
Yes.
They do different
They're
way.
maybe not doing it physically,
They
but
do it different way.
energetically.
Yeah, they
Yeah, isn't it?
backstab you.
It's all happening. All of that's happening, right? So in a limited mindset, when I'm in body consciousness, when I am in the vibrational level of the physical world, there is only so much money in the budget. There are only so many people available to help. There are only so many chairs in this room. There's only so much, etc. When we're in a physical, limited mindset, then we are afraid. Fear is the prevailing emotion. Fear. Now, if you check yourself how much fear you have left in you, and then imagine multiply that by 7 billion, you know, the people who aren't studying something spiritually, looking for another source of security, right? Imagine how afraid they are. So right now on the planet, fear is escalating dramatically, isn't it? Anxiety is now the #1 mental health issue in North America, not depression. Just last year it was depression. Now it's anxiety. People are so afraid. And even the subconscious souls, even though they don't know what's coming, they know what's coming. But they don't know that they know.
What is the main reason for fear?
Body consciousness. Limitations. I'm going to lose. I don't even know what losing is. I just know I'm going to lose and I'm terrified. Because in the past, losing has meant death, poverty, living on the street, not being able to take care of my children, embarrassment, whatever, suffering. Right? I mean, we're afraid of the unnamed misery. And in old souls, it's a package. It's like existential angst. We don't know what we're afraid of. We just got so much buried hardship in us, so much buried sorrow, that even just the thought of any more of that, it's like picking a scab.
Sister, it's not just the big things, small
It's the
also.
little things. Big things are easy for Brahmins. Little things knock us over.
Yeah.
Big things we handle because we say, crisis, must use Baba, extra yoga. But then the little things, when we weren't using Baba, those are usually the things that make us stumble and fall. And it's because they're just a small version of the big thing. So if I can manage the small things on a daily basis by paying attention, the big things are easy. But it's usually the small things. Yeah, that's why, somebody falls and stumbles and they hurt something, and Daddy would look at them and say, not enough yoga power. Meaning, had you been paying attention while you walked, you wouldn't have fallen down. Right? We don't pay attention to the little things, we pay attention to the big things. We're having a big program. Everybody's on their best cooperative behavior, right? But the little programs, right? It's a funny way of thinking. But, so in a limited mindset, fear prevails, and because we're fearful, we react. So I'm going to name 4 classic reactions. And these are all fight or flight reactions. The heart beats faster, the adrenaline goes, your breathing shortens. These are just stress reactions. Okay, they're all fight or flight. None of these are wise, but these happen inside all of us, and we all have these sanskars that we have brought to Baba and we have brought to our spiritual life. So as I described the 4, I'm going to ask you to see if you can recognize what happens inside of you. So which of these 4 reactions do you know best? Chances are you know them all, but there'll be one you know best, okay? So here they are. First one. When some of us are afraid, we perceive we might lose, we perceive there's conflict or tension happening, and there's fear, the reaction looks like this. And this is not the power to withdraw. This is the turning away from the situation, running away. So even though physically I might go and be with those people or in that situation, I might come to Murli class every single morning, but I may not be available mentally or emotionally to anybody. So different than the turtle pulling his head in the shell and the power to withdraw, this is a running away. So that's one reaction, is to run away. Okay, when it looks like I might lose, when it looks like there's tension, when it looks like we've got a bit of a conflict going on, a bit of a clash of sanskars, my inner reaction is to exit. I don't like it.
Kinara karna. Baba says in Murli, kinara karna.
What's that?
Yes, with-
Part away. Part away.
Yeah.
Kinara
Separate.
means,
So to leave,
to leave.
Leave.
to distance myself.
Distance.
That's a good one, like distancing myself even from the gathering is this reaction. Some say, oh, it's just so complicated there, I'm just going to listen from home, or. Like, we have many Brahmins who find it very challenging to be in the gathering. And Baba's always reinforcing, be in the gathering. Why? Because that's where we're going to learn all the lessons we need to learn. It's not always easy. It's definitely not always easy. But there's always more protection if you're in the gathering. right? And learning those lessons. So that's the first one. Second one looks like this. The teddy bear. So there's a clash going on, there's tension, it's complicated. Instead of leaving, this reaction is to try and make everybody happy. Run around and help this one, run around and help that one. See if we can do something for that one. Make people happy. So the stress reaction, the fear reaction, causes me to try and make everyone happy. And then, of course, I get exhausted. Right? But the teddy bear reaction. So, oh, could you all just get along, please? Like that. Running around to make sure everybody's okay. That's the second reaction. Okay? You know what this looks like. You've seen it in others. Or you felt it in yourself. Yes? Okay. Next one looks like this. The shark. Attack the situation, attack the people, get hard inside. So, dominating. It's like, okay, let's fix this, let's do something about this, but it's a dominating reaction. Okay, so I might be attacking verbally, I might be correcting, I might be attacking a person, or I might be attacking a situation, but it's a dominant strategy. The shark. And the last one is the fox. The fox is fleeing, running away from the emotional intensity and going into their heads. So they're becoming over-analytical. They're becoming like supercomputers or master chess players. They're thinking 16 steps ahead. So they think they can outthink the situation. But it's actually just a conflict. But they're so uncomfortable with the emotional intensity that they go into their heads and start thinking.
Sister Judy, most of the successful people are on that range. As per the metrics is concerned, where we look at overthink and calculate and complicate, as per a professional, I would look at the fox.
Depends on what you consider successful.
I mean, in some management terms.
Depends on what you consider successful. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Bureaucrats tend to be more the fox. Private sector, not so much.
Nice.
Private sector, it's more of a shark. Honestly. Even in public sector it is too. But between the shark and the fox, yeah, usually the teddy bears and the turtles are too busy making people happy or running away to want to step into leadership. Yeah, the ones that survive will be the foxes and the sharks. Yeah.
According to Baba, who's better?
None of them are better. According to Baba, I'm going to offer you a fifth option. But not yet, because you need to identify which sanskars you're bringing to the gathering. Okay, so these are the 4 sets of sanskars. And of course we all do different things, but there'll be one of these you know better than the others. Is that true? Okay, so I'm going to get you to go sit. So this is how we approach resolving differences and finding solutions. This kind of zoo. This kind of animal response. Okay? So you can see how that plays out. It's not terribly effective. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is join together with the people who have the similar reaction style as you. So anyone who thinks that maybe the turtle, they know best, that I can't take it, I'm out of here, okay, are going to come sit over here together. Anyone who says the teddy bear, I just want people to be happy and I run around trying to make sure everybody's okay, are going to go sit at the back. Anyone who says the shark, I'm just going to take charge and make this better, are going to go at the back here. And anyone who says, who knows more, the fox, I'm just going to think and think and think and think. Try and think this away. I'm going to go over here.
Personality?
Well, you know what's interesting is that many of us, let's say if we start as a teddy bear, eventually we get stuffed and we turn into a shark. Yeah? And if we start as a shark, then we have to do damage control and we become teddy bears. So we do bounce around all over the place. And at home, we may be different than at work or, say, in the BK gathering.
True.
Yeah?
True.
So I think I would like you to consider in the BK gathering, if you've had enough experience with the BK gathering to know your reaction, and if not, probably work. Okay? Because family is different. Is it okay if we do the work or the BK gathering? Because family might be very different. Because family, you might feel more comfortable being a shark than you ever would at home or in the BK gathering, right? So pick whichever one you want. How's that? And go to that corner. Right now. Up you get go. Turtles here, teddy bears at the back, sharks at the back corner, and foxes up here.
What about who is little bit of everything?
Little bit of everything.
I live in family. I don't get take family that much. I don't want to work.
No, you have to.
This is shark.
No, this is the elephant turtle.
This is turtle.
One responsibility. There's something
Okay.
I have to become.
Okay, so go sit back there. Yeah. Okay, this is foxes over here. Turtles. No, teddy bears at the back. Turtles here. You can't all be teddy bears. Not a single shark in this group? That's hard to believe. Are you going back to the shark group? Go
I'm
on.
taking.
Go on. Go on over there. None of them are better than the others. They're all reactions. Okay? You over here in the fox? Okay.
No, yeah, I'm
In the fox. Okay, so we don't have a single shark in this room? Okay, do you know each other well enough if we look around the room? Back there we have the teddy bears. Does that seem right? Does that seem right to the groups at the front here? All teddy bears back there? We might move a couple, okay? I can see that by the look in your eyes. We might move a couple. Okay, up here we have foxes. Does that seem about right? Yep, seems right.
I'm going with more what I have.
Okay, so here we have turtles. The rest of you, look at the turtle group. Does that seem about right? Okay, during the conversation, if at any time in this next conversation you're going to have, you feel like, no, these aren't my people, this is not the way I react, please get up and move to a different group. Okay, you have total permission. As the conversation unfolds, you might discover, no, I don't think that's how I do it. And then you go to the other group, okay? So you can find your right group. More important. Okay, so for the next 10 minutes or so, what I would like you to do is I would like you to talk about what are the pros and cons of this reaction. So the reason we hang on to old sanskaras is that they still work for us. So they're doing something for you to react this way. Okay, so that's the pro. And what's the cons? So what's the positive side and the negative side of this reaction? Okay, how does it help create harmony and how does it hinder? Same as pros and cons. Okay, help and hinder. All right, and how maybe a tip. How do you get out of that reaction style? Offer a tip to the other groups. So they see you reacting like a fox, and they see you reacting like a teddy bear. What helps get you out of that reaction? Okay? So what would help get a turtle out of turtling? I want your turtles to talk about that and tell the rest of the group. Same with the foxes. Same with the teddy bears, okay? And if at any point a shark emerges, please go over to that corner. Okay? So begin. You've got 10 minutes. Enjoy yourselves.
I feel like the pros of this is that we don't just look at one thing, we kind of outweigh all the consequences, right? and we don't just follow one guy. People say, well, what if this happens, or what about this? But that causes a con at the same time, because then we're just over analyzing, and then we can't come to a decision. What do you guys think?
Sometimes depending on the family, you have family gatherings. Making it happy, yeah.
Try to make other people happy. We're not judging.
Sometimes they attend with
Sometimes
families.
home.
The families of kids.
Because we usually
That's
think
the
about
kind of
all
thing.
possible scenarios.
We know we are
And we are prepared to say, if
Right.
all this happens,
So
that's
that's
our
our
group,
group,
so when we become a third or make ourselves like exhausted through the process. So I think
Yeah,
that
I would draw. I don't
yes,
like
there might be a possibility.
Yes.
that
Yeah,
one
because we
scenario
say
happens and
we
we
don't like arguments.
I don't like arguments.
I feel like
that.
That's why I would talk.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, conflict, right?
I think that
You'll be happy.
We don't
Yeah,
have
no,
conflict.
people are trained to
Okay,
do
what
it.
we do when we retire to us, we don't
What is scenario, keep running in their mind.
That's what I feel. We don't go to that country, detach from the people.
I feel like
distance myself.
What do you do?
Distance myself. I don't go as often.
and then what helps to not react to that?
I would want to know.
I'm
not like that.
I try to go down somebody that I trust.
I try to
Yeah, you can do that and
you
then
it's not like I'm
We overthink, we get like, kind of like
not like
drawn
that.
to the situation and we don't see
You
it.
know the
If somebody just
conversion
goes
to
out
yeah,
of that
thing.
situation
That's
and
what
does,
we
you
do.
know,
That's
it's
why
not
we
that
do the
important. There are other things, like your health
Those
is
one
more
you
important,
use
or you
where
have a
you
lot
don't
of
want to
listening
conflict.
to life, kind of give us another perspective and put it in
Yeah.
our trust that we're, you know,
To me, this thing happens. I would say that
Time takes the yes.
what is emotion or what is needed.
Pay attention.
So I would like to weed out
Analyze and
little things that bother you. It would clear your mind.
yeah.
And then
Feel
just
my
focus on
ground
the
before
very essence
our legs.
Before I say something, what I've done, what are my eggs, in a basket, what is the, and not
But in
other
this,
things.
I experience like we stress ourselves.
Slowly, step by step,
Too much,
it's
but
like
it is.
building a block. So you really have to think
That's how I get detached from that.
like
But
that.
with the Gyan, cleansing myself, little, to come out of
Now that I
and
think about it, it might be like a sense of guilt, because I feel like maybe our mindset is like, if I don't have the solution and something bad happens, it's my fault. So I have to think about it, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it is my responsibility to find a solution and make sure I control the situation. You know, so that sense of responsibility and guilt pushes me. And then even if there's nothing to worry about, I find something to make sure like I prevent something bad from happening. So that sense of worry about something bad is happening and my responsibility, guilt feeling, maybe those are the causes of it. I don't know.
So you are not working for our group,
I am.
middle management.
What's my job?
I am a retiring guy, I like to sleep,
I want to be right now.
I am now.
the other person is,
So I would like to give up. I want to
big little bit distance,
yeah.
then
But I am that type of guy.
get
in
lost.
life.
If you are
So that's why I joined the group. But
when
you are
you're hitting each
person
other,
for the
when
group.
you are,
They
then,
are-
then it's more.
I was in, by the way, I was in the middle.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
have many 24
things to come out of my mouth when I'm in.
So you manage a team and then you have a boss. It's not competition.
then
So,
something
and
else.
bus, so you're in the middle, so you get pressure from up and you get pressure from like pushback from.
In family and college,
It is.
Yeah, but
even children, sometimes you listen to them, you just withdraw, you know where
education, what are the education?
I'm trying to
yeah.
push.
I mean, they
You
do
can
actually
in a way so that way.
sometimes you have to, because you have to get it done and there's pushback and all those, but.
I was actually debating on being part.
That's what I'm
Not really aggressive,
Yeah.
but like when I'm at point right now, I'm granted
Then they come
working on jobs and stuff like that.
You
So
yeah.
where I go, it's like, are you a leader? Are
They
you
want you to
enforcing this? And I'm like, man, what do I? It's like they're trying to pick out sharks and sharks. We're all
Questions will come in.
If I hire somebody for my team,
Yeah.
I'm like for sure, because I don't want to be worried about that team, you know?
In that situation.
Yeah. But at home with my parents, I'm a leader. Oh my God, like, if my mom is sad or something like that,
So
my
much at that point,
I like
stay positive.
No, you got another couple minutes. Carry on.
Instead of feeling
I'm a pharmacist. But I used to be a practicing pharmacist and then I got pushed into management.
those impacts and they're
The,
detached.
what I
So
was
I don't
saying,
practice
I
at
am
benching,
like,
but
so we all
I
had
have a responsibility of managing 10 pharmacists.
You're fighting inside.
When you are,
How can I
yeah.
be
That's how I'm honest. When you're a pharmacist, you have to go around learning, by
Baba says everyone has their own path.
and that's like last night, so I had to go to bed like actually. This is how it's going to get you the one pharmacist. Give it to all the different stuff. Sitting down. But I mean, I noticed like
So that's this is self-respect.
pushed
Which you can Baba gave us. And we have chosen to, they have their own journey. They also is playing their part. Not personal.
well, I tried to yourself. For like, for courses.
So it was kind of like, so there's the supermanager, there's me, and then there's, the team do all that stuff. So that's,
So I.
oh my gosh.
I don't know how to
Maybe it's just no way. Like I had like 12 hours work.
Did you have that record?
Turtles in different way.
Whatever you like.
Some way.
Yeah, so there were like 6 cars and rules.
Yeah, you still get attached to.
And then they report to you.
The bubbles
Yeah,
can all, that turtle there to take the bubbles, yeah.
Yeah.
Big, the turtle is like, and bubbles is big power to draw yourself from the situation, from fight like we have.
Not turtle.
Of course, we have one turtle who said this.
I'm Martin.
Yeah, that's like, but I don't.
Basic manager and my boss is the turtle.
I still.
We can take the surgery outside of the
There's some compassion like
Yeah, that's a good that, you know, they can try to get it. So let's say if.
yeah, they just
I hope there is.
Have a similar reaction to you? Do you feel you're in a space of the same? Yeah, same. Over here? The back, same? Yeah, okay. All right. And how does that feel to be with others who have a similar reaction? Feels nice? Yeah. This is
so
good.
other people are also like that.
Yeah, I know. It gives you a bit of reassurance to know, oh, there are others like this too. Yeah. Yeah, it is good, isn't it? Very good. All right. So let's hear a bit about, let's start with the turtles. Tell us, pros and cons. How does being a turtle, this kind of turtle reaction, how does it help and how does it hinder harmony?
It diffuses the situation.
It diffuses the situation, that's true. You're not adding kerosene to the fire. That's true. Good.
So, okay. So we withdraw
Yeah.
to see if we can find solutions inside.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for the other person to calm down.
Okay.
We don't like the conflict.
You don't like conflict.
We don't like to confront right away.
You don't like to confront right away. Okay. So the pros and cons of that, you don't diffuse anything. That's good. Other pros? Any cons?
The turtle always stays in its own self-respect. It doesn't allow any outside stimuli to confuse it and make it change its form of action. A turtle is knowledgeable of what to do and when to do things, I believe. And take over from there.
I see turtle in two ways, detaching from the situation, from the gathering, and the second thing that in Baba's Gyan that I'm practicing is detach from the thoughts running in my mind about the situation, and the talk happened where I have detached physically.
But as a reaction, this is not Baba's wisdom. As a
Yes.
reaction, this is taking your worry, confusion thoughts and running away with them. Leaving the gathering with your confusion thoughts. Right? It's a reaction. This isn't Baba's wisdom. This one. Right? Okay, so they definitely don't cause more conflict. But the downside is the turtles tend to then get left out of things. People don't ask them anymore because they have a habit of not involving themselves. So then they get left. And they can get a little alienated from the rest of the group. That's a downside of the turtle. Because people don't ask them for their opinion anymore because they've already run away. They're not there. So the group misses the wisdom from the turtle. Right? And the turtle misses the involvement of the gathering, which is a bit scary sometimes. Right? So they're not conquering that fear of the gathering. But what is a turtle protecting? Every one of these is protecting something. And something core and original to the soul. What is the turtle protecting?
More conflict, more
Peace. Peace. The turtle wants to keep their peace. This is beautiful. That's what you were trying to say, right? The turtle is wanting to protect peace. Right. So how do we help a turtle come back? Give them a day to think about it. Send them an email and say, I'd love to hear from you by Monday. Give them some time. Give them some space. Do it peacefully. Isn't it? Yeah. All right, every one of these reactions has a physiological impact on the body. The action of the turtle is on their body. Turtle reaction.
Stressing, stressing, conflict.
Colon, digestive, stuffing. Digestive troubles. Colon. Yeah, that's the turtle reaction. Okay. It's true, eh? Really want to be in a minute, okay? But let's just hear all the different sanskars we bring.